We all remember the days when Boosted ruled the market and showcased how a flexible deck lends itself to a smooth ride. Alas, Boosted is no more, but many brands still try to carry on the torch. Exway, a brand that's known for delivering amazing post-sale service much like the late Boosted, came close with the original Exway Flex. The board has a nice flexible deck, silky smooth control, and a polished build. Exway Flex delivered the Boosted experience at a fraction of the price. We, just like everyone else, loved it. However, the Exway Flex wasn't perfect. Much like the Boosted, its kryptonite is undoubtedly the mediocre specs, especially in the range department. So after a few years, Exway finally decided to jack up the Flex and fix the range with an extra range battery. This new $800 board, creatively named Exway Flex ER, does have some other improvements besides a battery boost. So let's jump right into specs. As usual, let's start with the highlight of the board, the deck itself. The deck is still the same composite deck that is made up of maple, fiberglass, and bamboo, which gives it its super flexy character. However, this time around, Exway reduced the deck's concavity to make it flatter, wider, and less flared. The original deck was pretty polarized for its aggressive concave, and we think this tuned down version would be more widely received. Anyhow, we certainly love this new deck for all its curves and all its flexes, as it makes a smooth and stable ride. We also notice there's a slight change in the grip tape on the deck. The deck now sports a new design that exposes the bolts underneath the tape to make it easier for the users to add or remove extra accessories to the board without damaging the grip tape. This is a very thoughtful design, something Exway is known for. More on the design, with the orange wheels and deck, the board now does look more and more like the traditional Boosted, bringing the nostalgia while still having Exway personality imbued in it. Overall, as per the previous model, the board feels very polished and refined. Now, as for the ESC, Exway uses a customized 12S Hobbywing ESC that has 4 speed modes with a smart turn-on feature and in-app customization feature. Inside the app, you can change your preference and can adjust the acceleration and braking strength of the board. As for the motors, there are 2 versions available, a belt version and a hub version. Exway has designed the board in a way that allows easy switching between 2 systems. There are a few reasons to buy both systems, but the option to change your mind regarding the drivetrain is obviously a very welcome one. In this video, we are testing the hub version of the Flex ER, which uses a dual 1000-watt hub motor that is marketed to have a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour or 28 miles per hour, and we are happy to report that we managed to hit the top speed claim during our test. The board also comes with standard 85mm urethane wheels, which aren't particularly interesting, but it's still a good pair of wheels made of good quality, high rebound urethane. As for the truck, the Flex ER went with Exway's proprietary Tryst trucks, which we are familiar with as Exway has put them on most of their boards. These are reverse kingpin trucks that span 8 inches in length, and we considered them one of the really good trucks in terms of responsiveness and stability. Now let's head into the biggest upgrade of the board, which is the battery. The Flex ER has received a huge 60% bump in battery size over the previous model and is now equipped with a 345 watt-hour battery as compared to 216 watt-hours on the previous one. This is a massive step up over the old one, and Exway also marketed it to have a 45 kilometer or 28 miles range as compared to 27 kilometers or 17 miles on the old one. As you can see, these are huge claims by Exway, so we can't leave it without testing its limits ourselves, and that's what we did. We pushed the board to its max capabilities and ran it fast through hilly areas. Our 150 pounds rider managed to hit 36 kilometers or 22 miles on the Flex ER, which is impressive. If the board was ridden on a flat road most of the time, we're pretty confident we can hit at least 25 miles or 40 kilometers of range without a problem. Lastly, the new Flex ER comes with a fast charger right off the box, which we appreciate as not every brand includes that by default. The Flex ER also comes with a bash guard pre-installed, which keeps the edge of the deck safe and secure right from the factory. The board is rated as IP55 water resistant and weighs in at 8.3 kilograms or 18 pounds. So that's a wrap in terms of specs and build quality. Let's see how all of that translates into a real-life riding experience. Let's ride. As is the case with all Exway boards, the acceleration of the Flex ER is very smooth. The customized Hobbywing ESC is proven to be super smooth while at the same time providing plenty of power. Bear in mind that we are testing a hub version of the Flex ER. Torque and power weren't usually the strength of a hub system, and Exway addressed that by going with a pair of big 1000 watt motors. For context, most really strong hub boards use 500 watt motors, so while wattage alone doesn't tell a full story, it does show Exway is putting some emphasis here. To maximize torque and power, swap to the belt version, and everything will become even stronger. Next, we move on to the ride feel, which brings us to the deck. Even as the concavity has been toned down a little, it is still quite significant and did a good job helping our feet feel secure. We hear a lot from the e-skate community that the original Flex has a profound concave, which they call flare, which often makes people with bigger feet feel uncomfortable. Though we did not experience that as we only wear US size 10 shoes, we think this update will be much appreciated by the bigger riders out there. While the concavity may split the room, the flexibility of the deck was universally loved, and Exway did keep that. The Flex ER is still as flexible as the old Flex, which adds to the smoothness of the ride and makes carving more fun. And of course, the Trist truck plays a big part in delivering a fun carving experience too. Turning and maneuvering with the board felt effortless, and the truck also had a good return to the center. Right out of the box, the trucks are a bit loose, so if you want more stability at high speed, we recommend you tighten it a little bit. After tightening the trucks by a few turns, the board can handle its high speeds, though that is never the board's specialty. As we are testing the hub version of the board, we did feel the strong vibration when we hit rough roads and terrains. Nevertheless, the Flexi deck did help a little bit in terms of absorbing those road vibrations. We recommend upgrading to 105mm cloud wheel donuts if you are living in an area that has poor road conditions. Otherwise, the riding experience is very, very fun on smooth roads. While the Exway Flex ER hub wasn't exactly a beast when it comes to power, credit to the board, it does maintain good torque even when running low on battery. Compared to the original Flex, the voltage sag is no longer a problem. With 15% battery left, we still managed to climb a pretty steep hill that our old Flex could not handle. To summarize, for $800, Exway Flex ER gave a polished riding experience on top of the polished look. Its flexible deck, carvy trucks, and silky smooth control make it an amazing carving board that is a pleasure to ride. The same profile also means that the board is not meant for drag races and high speed, as bouncy decks and twisty trucks don't exactly spell stable at high speed. While specs and battery size were usually the weak links of Exways, the Flex ER proves to be an exception. A range of 28 very enjoyable miles for $800 is great, if not amazing. It is worth noting that going with the belt version means you will lose quite a bit of range, but again, 345 watt-hours will still get you very far. On that note, for anyone unsure about going belt or hub, it is always wise to go belt for smoother riding and better torque. Only go hub if you want to be stealthy, need the maximum ranges, or absolutely hate belt changes. So, should you buy an Exway Flex ER? Well, it certainly sets a standard for a board at $800, and considering there aren't many boards that price around $800, at least just yet, the question perhaps should be, why shouldn't you? As always, if you are looking to buy an Exway, or actually any e-skate, be sure to use our affiliated discount code with the link below. It will help you get a small monetary discount and helps us out too. You'll also be tagged as an Electric Skateboard HQ customer and probably be treated better. Ride safe, guys.